Hello everyone, this is East Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So as you might hear, my voice is definitely not the greatest, which is why, even though I'm kind of backed up on uploads right now because my upload schedule is trash right now, but I have not been able to record videos. It's just, my voice can't handle it, so we're just going to be mostly quiet for this upload today. Not gonna try and force myself to commentate on everything, but this week is hopefully proof that my defense is actually trash, and it always has been. It's just that I've been matched up with plenty of people who don't know entirely what they're doing, or they're like me and miss something, and then they get absolutely wrecked because of it. But yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to be recording an arena assault video for this week. It's just too much for me to try and handle. Unfortunately, a perfect starter KO there, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's probably gonna be a while until my voice recovers, so rest and rip. That was redundant. And now we're just moving on to the next match. You'll see incredibly similar themes, basically across the board. Generally, there's only a small set of strategies that are pretty viable in ether raids, and so you'll just see people use basically the same ideas, and pretty much all of them, when executed well, just beats my team. So that's basically why I say my defense is Garbo, is at least if it could defend against one strategy well, then, you know, at least maybe it'd be decent for that. But yeah, no. So basically, this is a combination of strategies that just work. So they're just going to get some insane consistency out of their team. Is it like Keaton and Levitain are two pretty good examples of being able to run like DC Vantage and Gale Force. So you can combine the Gale Force strategy with the OP power of Vantage. So you can basically get two teams into one, because of course you have 5 different loadouts. So you could have one completely dedicated to Gale Force spamming, and then you could have one that combines the two, which is incredibly powerful because Of course, the weakness to Vantage is all the counters, like Hardy Burying, or just having an insane amount of bulk so you can't get one shot. So having like the Gale Force tech basically allows in some scenarios, not every scenario, but in a lot of scenarios, you can pick up kills and wins where you wouldn't be able to with a normal Vantage team. So that's the cool thing. That verse of desperation though. Yeah, we just got our daily memes in. Fortunately, Sheeta goes after Fjorm, which I'm kind of like, okay, I guess. Nino's going to troll rally and take out air instead of Fjorm because again, that deal with if the unit can defeat multiple allies, they'll prioritize killing the ally or the enemy with the highest HP stat. So there's that success from pretty bad play. Like, why would you? I guess maybe it was all they had, but why would you bait two greens with a blue unit, even if it's like a bonus unit? It's still suspicious if you don't have support for it. Here we have some interesting sets. I mean, it's all +10 shenanigans. Of course, this is Armor Emblem, so they're gonna do decently well against my team. Not amazing, but pretty decent. This is a good start, of course. And these people are just playing it pretty well, like, there's nothing really wrong with what they're doing, so I don't really know what I can do to make my team better without doing some real heavy investment, but, I mean, it doesn't really concern me. It's just kind of the same recurring theme. It's about time I got like a lot of -80s. It's been a while since it's been like this, so that's pretty cool at least. It means that people are actually using their brains and their wallets, Kappa. You'll see some whales. I think, at least I presume some of these people are whales. Like, it's totally possible for a free-to-play unit to have multiple +10 5-star exclusive units, just with the nature of how people can just save up a massive amount of orbs. And like, if it's maybe like a +10 Levitain or whatever, then of course, like, on that one banner where she was a part of like a 2-unit focus or whatever, you could have a pretty good chance at getting some value for a +10. Here we got the panic ploy on Tharja. Lona again's not able to kill like usual. She really just needs her buddies to chip down for her. So at this point, easy sweep for them. But yeah. So yeah, for anyone who's not familiar with my weird terminology or jargon or whatever, I just basically call anyone who has a +10 unit a whale. So like, I would say that this person is probably a whale having a +10 legendary Zero, but of course, if you were free to play and saved up thousands of orbs, you could have +10 her with some decent variants. This person has a really sweet strategy. I really like this. It doesn't work against every team, but I'm pretty sure they're just BMing at this point. because I just want to point it out there, just pointing it out there. This Lind has Disarm Trap 3, so yeah. And she has Fury 4 with 32 HP. It's really cool. Because like, after 2 engagements, she's guaranteed to be in Wings of Mercy 3 range, and as you'll see here, and with Valuria support and Gale Force shenanigans, they're just gonna sweep. It's a really beautiful team. They even get the Azura trapped in the corner scenario, so that's really cool. It's a really sweet team. I like this. Gale Force is definitely picking up in popularity now that there's a lot of like infantry pulse teams and stuff, so this week had a lot more Gale Force teams going up against me. Chances are they had other teams like tanks and stuff, but I guess they didn't want to risk what traps were real or not, because you really don't know what you're doing with the tank strategy. You probably don't want to use it because the thing about the tank strategy is not only do you have to tank, you probably have to kill, because a lot of people will use, like me included, will use like lunge traps or like Wings of Mercy shenanigans. So you pretty much have to pick up kills unless you have a way to punish against the WOM and stuff. Like, it's quite interesting. But yeah, here we're just gonna see a similar idea. They're just gonna go in like this, and so they're able to proc Gale Force and all that stuff, so easy sweep pretty much. And a recurring theme this week was that Lilna got stuck in the corner. Like usual, Lilna doesn't kill. It's always normal for that to happen. I think this is the next match. I'm already forgetting. Oh boy. See, I don't know why people run builds like this on offense. Maybe it's just me, but an offensive player phase builds like these are just like, what? Kind of confused about them, but I guess it works. I have a DC Vantage Raven, which is pretty cool. You don't see that too often. But yeah, they just don't play it well. Of course, they're using Erica for support and stuff, and I guess Nino too. It's a little suspicious though. Because again, the deal of if you don't kill, bad things happen. So unfortunately, Lilna goes after someone else instead of Raven. So Raven still has Vantage up, and that's going to prove to be a problem, of course. That's the thing about the AI. Of course, if people play a little smart, if the AI played a little more smarter in terms of those galaxy brain tactics, then we wouldn't have these problems. But I mean, Sheeta's able to live by a sliver, but it doesn't matter because Raven's too fast. And here we have a good old school horse emblem. It's been a while since I've seen one of these in any tier, pretty much. I rarely see them anymore, and I mean for good reason. There's a lot of counters to them nowadays. I don't know what they were planning here. I know what they were planning, but I mean, you should at least think about it a little more, right? We're gonna get the meme shenanigans going down. So yeah, rip. Of course, they can take out Lucina, so that's helpful to get rid of Wings of Mercy. But I mean, like usual, Luna doesn't kill, but she also doesn't die for once. And of course, another thing that's pretty common is people rematching. But I mean, that's kind of commonplace since the beginning of Ether raids. But I mean, this is a pretty standard team that's trying to go offensive, but also a bit defensive. It's like, if you go completely dedicate your team to one job, like tanking everything, if you fail, the rest of your team just crumbles and you just lose the match. But if you have a semi-balanced team that can do a bit of both, like say tanking and nuking, like tanking enemy phase and nuking player phase, then you can get places pretty much. So they're going to use an AoE special here to aggro. Bit unfortunate, but we're gonna get Raleigh derps, so Caden's just going to be easy kill. Unfortunately, Special Fighter prevents us from picking up the kill. But I mean, that's what a Special Fighter is for, so... And then we have this person with the Salif. Probably wouldn't want to rematch because... So this person is all out offense. This is like the first level 5+1 fort I've seen. So their team's a lot scarier than it should be because it's +8 to all stats. Like, look at this. A max buffed Levitain advantage, or with just +6 across the board. Has 100 attack, and then Brazen for 107. And that's if they had some support unit like Caden. Holy cow, that's a lot of attacks. Here they just execute incredibly poorly. I guess they didn't register that Luna had Wings of Mercy and Hardy Bearing, so they kind of memed themselves there. But if they executed it properly, it would have been an easy win. But this kind of just shows you that if you overlook, even if you're like a decent player, if you just overlook one little mistake or one little thing in AR, things can go pretty terribly. So my movement order shenanigans getting the Fae, and at this point it's pretty obvious surrender. So yeah, even with that much extra stats, still can't win because poor execution. Otherwise, if they executed, probably would have been an easy win. Could have just done something simple like park Levitain there, hit end churn, and I literally couldn't do anything. And then of course they could just do things after that to ensure that Rona went troll. I think later towards the end of this week, I decided to remove the rally on Lilina because I didn't find it too particularly useful. Like, even if there's a one super niche match where it would have mattered. I'd probably just prefer something else because Lona's not really doing much with the rally. If I remove the fountain and move it somewhere else, then Lona always rallies first, and that causes problems. So there's not really much I can do. So yeah, this is a good one reason, a motivation for why you shouldn't completely boxing your units all the time. I'm not saying it's always a bad idea to do it, but in a lot of cases boxing your units in is not the greatest. But yeah, again, my voice is not feeling the greatest. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Ether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.